Hey folks, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Welcome to another live Q&A. I've scheduled a few of these. I think it's important to try and interact with you all, especially since I've had some new subscribers. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and thank you for supporting me if you've recently hit that subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. There's lots of cool content that I'm hopefully releasing over the next few weeks, so you don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, tonight or this afternoon is all about a live Q&A. So if you are joining me, please do pop in your question. And if not, I've got a bunch of questions I've already been asked in various different social media platforms. So I'm going to run through all of those, but please be sure to hit that like button, hit that comment button, and ask me your questions, and we'll tackle your questions during this live stream. So yeah, thank you for joining me if you're here, and yeah, let's get started. So if I switch my view. So we've got a couple of questions here, so let's run through them. So what am I working on at the moment? So yeah, for those that aren't aware, I moved to Octopus Deploy about 6 months ago, and I'm working on various different projects over there. So there's lots of different initiatives that we're working on. I've got some cool webinars coming up in the future, some collaborations. I was just chatting to an old Microsoft colleague there about doing a collaboration. So there's lots to come. I think my focus is on trying to help figure out where the gaps are at Octopus Deploy and hopefully fill them with exciting content. I've got, like I say, a couple of webinars coming up. I've also got a couple of talks coming up as well. So I think this month I'm speaking at Ladies of Code and talking about DevOps over there. So please do join us. I believe that's going to be virtual, so anybody can join us. Just head over to Meetup and search for Ladies of Code Glasgow, and you'll find out more information about all of that. So we'd love to see you there and chat to you over there as well. Okay, bit of a random one here. My favourite Marvel character. So I think my favourite Marvel character is Iron Man. I'm a big fan of Iron Man and just the suit and the technology and the coolness. And yeah, my favourite character is Iron Man over at Marvel. Recently been watching Moon Knight, which is the new which is the new Marvel kind of series that's on Disney. That's been interesting. Still trying to figure out what that's all about and whether it's any good. But yeah, let me know what your favourite Marvel character is, and we can chat about that. But mine is definitely Iron Man at the moment. So conference plans, yes. I'm still a bit wary about international travel at the moment. I have applied for some call for papers or CFPs for some international conferences, some very close to home in terms of European ones. So a couple of Norway ones, some Swedish ones, I believe. So yeah, trying to stay very close if I was to travel to Scotland, not long flights. I definitely don't want to be traveling too far at the moment. But yeah, in terms of conferences, I am going to be at Scottish Summit in June. So I think that's the 10th of June, if I remember right. I must start doing that presentation. But yeah, I'll be at Scottish Summit in Glasgow. I'm speaking on the Saturday, so I'll definitely be there on the Saturday morning. Potentially we'll be there on the Friday as well. So if you're at Scottish Summit, please do come say hello. I'll have some stickers and hopefully some swag to give away. The other conference that I should be showing up to is Data Scotland in Glasgow again in September, I believe that is. I think that's the 1st and 2nd of September, if I've got my dates right. But Data Scotland is going to be in Glasgow again in Scotland, which is a fantastic event. I think I've supported it over the 4 or 5 years that it's ran. So be excited to be there. We'll be in work mode when I'm at Data Scotland, because we're hopefully have a booth there as Octopus Deploy, and we'll be there. So definitely come say hello again if you're at Data Scotland in Glasgow. Would love to see you. In terms of other conferences, I'm sure I'll do some other virtual ones, but physically, if you want to see me and say hello, I will be at the Scottish ones, so Scottish Summit and Data Scotland later this year as well. So is the Glasgow Azure user group coming back to in-person meetups? So yes, we actually had our first in-person meetup for the first time in about 2 years last week, which was lovely to see. We had a small amount of people turn up. We kept it very informal, very casual in terms of what we did. We just had some snacks and some drinks and had some chat, had some quiz prizes as well. So that was good to have everybody back in person. We're hoping as well that the next meetup will be in person. So we're due to meet up in June. So we'll be back in person then. What we're going to do in terms of logistically, I think it might just be an in-person only meetup. So we'd love to have everybody back in person at Glasgow. Not sure if we'll do the hybrid or virtual event on top of that, but who knows? We might figure it out. June is a little bit of a way, so we have got some time to figure it out. But yeah, we're going to be back in person on the 8th of June as well. So definitely check out that if you're in Scotland and Glasgow. We'd love to have you there. We'll have the usual kind of drinks, snacks, quiz prizes, all that kind of good stuff. So we'd love to have you there as well. So am I studying for any exams? So I haven't done an exam for a while, or it feels like I haven't done one for a while. I did renew one of my Azure certifications recently. But yeah, I'm tentatively trying to study for a few exams. There's a few just I actually can't see it just on the whiteboard out there that I want to achieve this year. I'd love to get the AZ 800 and AZ 801 under my belt. It's just trying to find the time to try and study for all of those exams. But yeah, I've also kind of got an idea about studying for the AWS kind of fundamentals practitioner one, cloud practitioner one, I think it's called. So yeah, there's lots of scope there for study. It's just trying to find that right balance of everything else that's going on in my life as well. But yeah, there's lots of exams that I want to do, so hopefully we'll get to them before the year is out. Let me know if you're studying for any exams, if you've got any great resources for the exams that I've mentioned. We'd love to hear from you around all of that as well. So yeah, my favourite Jabra headset. For anybody that knows me, knows that I have an abundance of Jabra headsets out there. I have quite a few. I actually don't know how many I have. However, my favourite one, my workhorse one that I have right now is the Jabra Evolve 2 85. So that's this one here. This is my workhorse and has been for probably 18 months, if not 2 years. This is the one if you have a call with me on a Teams or Zoom, you'll find me wearing this 9 times out of 10. I prefer this one. It's great in terms of comfort. It's great in terms of the sound. The battery is fantastic as well. It can last almost a week up to calls if I'm not too busy. And yeah, it's great in terms of charging. It's USB-C as well, so I can take my phone cable and plug that in and charge it away. So dead handy in terms of that. I don't have to go and root around for a different charger. I just love the comfortability of this. I can wear it all day. I can listen to music. I can jump on calls. And yeah, this headset is my favourite. I think it's pretty cool in terms of what it has. Try and do some close-ups. This is the microphone, so it's really easy. As you can see, it sticks out a little bit. I don't know if you can just see that. You can pull it when you're not looking at it, pull it down, twist it round. Lots of functionality in terms of the microphone itself. There's also microphones built into the headset, so you don't even have to have that turned down. But yeah, the Jabra Evolve 2 85 is my favourite or go-to headset at the moment when I'm at my desk. It does retail at quite a chunky price. I think at the moment on Amazon in the UK, it's retailing at about £324. So that's a hefty amount of money for a headset, and I totally appreciate that. However, like I said, this has been my workhorse for 18 months, if not 2 years, and it's definitely held up. It's held up that test of time. And as you can imagine, over the last 2 years, I've been on a lot of calls. I've been here at my desk. It's taken a lot of work in terms of just sitting here and taking calls. So has been totally worth that money, and I definitely would recommend it, and I definitely would invest again in this headset. So yeah, that's my favourite one at the moment. So yeah, this is a question that I've been asked recently because I've been focusing on a bit of AWS technologies in terms of what I've been doing at Octopus Deploy. So I recently did a webinar over there around AWS cloud formation. And as I just said, I'm tentatively thinking about doing an AWS exam as well to broaden my horizons and broaden my scope of what I'm doing. And yeah, I think I'm still an AWS fan. I think I always will prefer Microsoft technology and Microsoft products. AWS is something that I'm comfortable with. I'm happy to open it up and drive and do demos and just click about, and I understand it a lot. I guess each cloud platform has very different in needs and answers for customers depending on what you're doing and what you're using and what your process is and whether you are a Microsoft legacy shop. There's lots of things that Microsoft Azure plugs into well. If you've already got lots of Microsoft kit, AWS can do that to a certain degree as well. And I know a lot of startups love AWS from the startup ability. You know, you can just start on it greenfield and leverage it. I love both, to be honest, because of what they're using and how they innovate and how they drive the culture of both IT industry around and all of that. So yeah, there's a place for both of them. But as I said, I'll probably always be a Microsoft fangirl in terms of that. Um, got a question here from Jamie, who's popped on live to join us. Thank you for joining us, Jamie. Nice to see you. Favourite places in Scotland or to visit in Bonnie, Scotland? That's a hard one because I love lots of various different places from Scotland. I definitely love the area of Aviemore and Inverness and that kind of coastline. So yeah, that's a good one. In a few weeks' time actually going up to visit Braemar and Ballater, which is up in that region in that whisky region. It's actually famously where the Queen of the UK, Queen of England, Queen of Scotland, however you want to label her, actually has a home out there, and we're going to visit that as well. So yeah, there's lots of different places, and each place in Scotland has different needs and wants and reasons for visiting. But I do love that region up on the northeast coast of Scotland. It just has some magical things around there, and yeah, that's where our whiskey is made, so it's a great place to be and see and be able to taste the different whiskies. But yeah, there's lots of other places. Like I love to go down to the Ayrshire coast, so down in Ayr or Troon, because you get fantastic beaches there. Yes, we do have fantastic beaches in Scotland for those. And yeah, there's lots of different variety around Scotland. One day I will tackle the North Coast 500, which is our version of Route 66. And try and see all the various different sceneries because I do believe you change all the different sceneries from industrial down here on the central belt of Scotland, moving up to the Highlands, then you move up to the north coast, you see all that rugged coastline, and then you move down the west coast, which has some fantastic beaches again. I believe you can find white sand and kind of blue, clear blue sea as well down the west coast when you follow the North Coast 500. So Scotland has fantastic opportunities. If you've never visited Scotland before, it should definitely be on your bucket list, to be honest. Yeah, and I see Jamie's going to do the North Coast 500 this summer, so yeah, stay safe on that, Jamie. Enjoy when you get to Applecross. I believe that's the bit that's always tricky. But yeah, it should be fantastic, and it's definitely on my bucket list to find time to do the North Coast 500 and various different things. And as Jamie's saying in the comments, Luscantire and Harris are amazing islands and places over on the west coast of Scotland as well. So lots of things you can see, lots of things you can do in Scotland. So please don't be put off by potentially cold weather, cold, wet, windy weather. We don't always get that at the moment. So I think I was just saying to a friend, we've had about 10 or 11 days of dry weather in Scotland, like had to get out the hose to water my plants and my grass and my garden and all of that. So we have had some dry weather lately. So you do get fantastic weather in Scotland at times. So yeah, like I said, put it on your bucket list and come visit Scotland if you haven't already. So this is something that I have been asked quite a few times since I became a Microsoft MVP and about how to become an MVP. Now, there is no real answer to this question because every Microsoft MVP gets awarded their award very differently or based on their contributions. And I think one of the MVP coordinators actually was tweeting about this last night. Betsy was saying that everybody's different. So everybody has different ways of communicating with other people. So if you prefer to blog, then absolutely focus on that. You don't have to have like a YouTube channel or a video presence. You can become an MVP through your blogging techniques. Equally, if you're not good or you don't enjoy writing, then you can become an MVP through the contributions that you make through video. And everybody's contribution has different values almost to it, because you can potentially be specialists or generalists in different technologies across the Microsoft range. I'm an infrastructure person. I know Jamie, who's on the stream, is probably more focused on developer and AI. So his contributions to the community and his MVP award are very different to mine. But equally, they're both important in terms of what we offer the community and what we help people solve. Microsoft is great at offering documentation, a lot of learn material, and such like from their own full-time staff. I know a lot about that, obviously. But there are some holes that people will find, or some things that people are using their technologies with, and be able to share that knowledge. You might be solving a customer problem that Microsoft haven't really thought about or even documented, and you documenting that and sharing it with others is invaluable to the community, both from a Microsoft point of view and helping us all as IT professionals as well. We've all come across a random error message in our products, or in our implementations in our customer environments, and had to pull up a search engine and try and figure out what it is because we're a bit stumped. So being able to share all of that kind of amazing content, whether it be how you solved an error message, how you use a technology, how you've implemented a technology, what you think of a technology, all of that actually matters. Just sharing anything that you have and any knowledge that you have can help you become an MVP. So yeah, there's lots of different avenues. So hopefully that has kind of clarified or helped anybody that has a question at all. And yeah, as Jamie's saying there, yeah, he's developing AI, Twitter API, and firming up ideas in blogs. Waiting for you to become a Twitter MVP, Jamie. Wonder if they'll ever do that in terms of the Twitter program. Who knows now with the new owner, right? But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. I really do enjoy doing these Q&As. I think they're great fun. They're great in terms of pushing me to come on live stream and answer some questions that I may or not already know about ahead of time. But yeah, it's good to interact. Thank you again to everybody that subscribes to my channel, that watches my videos, that hits the like button. It all means a massive amount to me. I think today I actually hit 1,770 subscribers on the channel. So that's fantastic. Never thought I would get to that kind of number, and hopefully people will still keep joining in the content that I produce. So yeah, thank you everybody for your support. I do have another Q&A lined up for the end of this month. I think I've scheduled it for the 31st of May. I'm trying different time slots, trying different things. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to see you on one of those live streams and join in. So take care, everybody, and I'll catch you again.